invaded another country, you can't do that.
Why not, dude?
Because it makes the world crazy. You need to keep it stable.
For what? You pickup truck?
Well, for stability. Stabilize the region.
This is your fucking stability, my main man.
It's the end of the world as we know it. I feel fine.
Good morning, slaves, and welcome to another edition of It's the End of the World as We Know It and I Feel Fine, the show that makes grandma cry. I am your host, the Stimulator, and while Bush was trying to stimulate the economy, this slick motherfucker was trying to do the opposite.
We just have to slow down our economy and cut back our greenhouse gas emissions because we got to save the planet for our grandchildren.
Well, that seems a little out of character. Strangely enough, I agree with him, but I think he's fucking wasted. In any event, with less than a year to go, our favorite meat puppet did a bang-up job at reading the teleprompter, but the Congress didn't.
We must trust in the creative genius of American researchers and entrepreneurs and empower them to pioneer a new generation of clean energy technology.
Regardless of his stellar performance, Resident Taint Flake managed to scare the shit out of me.
Let us increase the use of renewable power and emissions-free nuclear power.
Didn't this motherfucker get the memo that radioactive nuclear waste is an emission, and one that will remain hazardous to humans and other living beings for hundreds of thousands of years? But no matter what you think, this soulless shitfucker does care about the environment.
Let us complete an international agreement that has the potential to slow, stop, and eventually reverse the growth of greenhouse gases. This agreement will be effective only if it includes commitments by every major economy and gives none a free ride.
Translation: we ain't gonna do a goddamn thing about this here global thingy unless India and China get their shit together. Well, maybe China can't get their shit together, but they sure can get their snow together. And their coal. The world's biggest producer of iPhones and vibrating dildos has been hit with its worst storm in half a century. It's not bad enough that the storm is bound to fuck up China's New Year celebrations, but also over 3,000 flights have been cancelled, winter crops have been destroyed, and blackouts have affected over 30 million people. But since the storm has nothing to do with global warming, China's top pimp, President Hu Jintao, begged miners to work overtime digging that coal for power plants. The storm might slow down the shipment of cheap Chinese plastic widgets and toilet seats, which is welcome news for my peeps in Naples, Italy. If you haven't heard, the main landfill in the Italian city ran out of room, and angry residents who don't want the city to keep piling up more shit have been fighting street battles with the popo. This has created a nauseating situation as the city reeks worse than an NFL locker room during halftime. Ex-Prime Minister Berlusconi was asked to give the people of Naples some advice on what to do with their unwanted shit. Berlusconi responded with an instructional video. Let's watch.
I don't care for illegal wars, then again I don't care for them legal wars either or. Bush and his evil claws, Tony Blair and his smugness, sense of aboveness. Patronise me, I'll tell you straight, we need to speak out more, there's too much hate. We need to speak out and control our fate. You see, I make that dough, plus I make your weight on bated breath. Your praise is next. See, our leaders align, that's why I'm vexed. See, TV shit, that's why I'm vexed. So don't be looking confused like, why is he vexed? Plain to see, not your average guy. See, I verbalise dreams, Syriana style. All men tugging on puppet strings and news is skewed, it's a load of spin. British soldiers beat up kids and the media is like it's just a few bad apples. Soldiers are like the police, a big gang of bullies that you can't police, but the media is like they need our support. Fuck that man, get them thugs to court. All the gang and the boss as well, or we're all gonna pay for the cost of hell. See, Middle East kids watch Al Jazeera, from where they stand it's a whole lot clearer. Colonizers once again, access to the oil, now count to 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's flying when the oil is done, better get yourself an electric car. Bush blocked the investment in that so far, cause he's Texas born, he's a Texas man. To the Humvee drivers, the Lexus fans. You don't need them big machines for the shopping or the school run, that's obscene.
When I first became an activist and decided to give my life to the motherfucking revolution, I encounter all kinds of know-it-alls, who in their efforts to bring more people into the struggle, manage to alienate and turn off many potential freedom fighters. Here are a few examples of the shit I heard from these godlike activists.
How can you call yourself a vegan when you wear leather shoes, you hypocrite?
Or,
You are telling me you haven't read Marx?
and,
Destroying private property is counterproductive to the movement. Don't ever bring that up in a meeting.
and so forth and so on. If you've been an activist for some time, you are probably nodding your head. One of my viewers has always wanted to ask these smarty pants, who were you before you were perfect? At the risk of sounding corny, what I'm calling for here is unity. If we are to defeat the fascists that presently rule our lives, we cannot get bogged down on minute ideological turds that divide us. So what if Johnny-come-lately became aware of the fucked upness of the world through Alex Jones? He has a fighting spirit and is ready to fix shit up. Now pass him a brick. The powers that be love this divisiveness within our movements, and they know that these divisions are the thin wall that keep us from storming the gates and kicking their sorry asses to the curb. We all have our hypocrisies that don't fit into the perfect activist mold. But becoming the perfect activist, you know, the one who will never eat at McDonald's, even if his life depended on it, is akin to becoming the perfect Catholic. You know, the one who never masturbates. It's fucking impossible. So get that fucking little red book out of my face. The cops are coming, and I need your help. In this edition, I bring you a new segment called Where the Fuck Have I Been? Where I present stuff that's new to me, but that has been around for some time. This week, I bring you comedian Bill Hicks.
You mean to tell me you never heard of Bill Hicks?
Oh, shut the fuck up. In the 1990s, Bill Hicks was bringing political comedy to the masses. Although he made it big in Europe and Canada, he managed to gain cult-like status in the US, and bootlegs of his shows are scattered all over the internet. Here's a clip from his last show ever.
But you know, I knew Clinton was in with the big boys when he bombed Iraq. Do you remember that? 2-day news story. Clinton launches 22 cruise missiles on Baghdad in retaliation for the alleged failed assassination attempt against George Bush. We launched 22 $3 million apiece cruise missiles to Baghdad, killing 6 innocent people. I think that was a little overdone. You know what we should have done? We should have embarrassed the Iraqis. We should have assassinated Bush and said, that's how you do it, towelhead. Don't fuck with us.
A month after this show, Bill Hicks died. I now wonder how much fun he would have had with the current douchebag that occupies the White House. But I'll take second best. Here's Mr. Hicks taking a swipe at Daddy Bush.
And what bugged me so much about the election was sad is how, apathetic and docile we are now. Is that they made the whole election about money. Everyone seemed to find that as normal as could be. You know what I mean? It's all about money, your wallet. Bill, you vote for Clinton? Taxes going up. I'm warning you right now. He may say he's not right, taxes going up. Well, I have news for you, folks. There's other reasons not to vote for Bush than taxes, okay? The reason I didn't vote for him, you ready? Is that Bush, along with Ronald Reagan, presided over an administration who for 12 years, their policy towards Central America included genocide. Now, see, the reason I didn't vote for him is because he's a mass murderer. See, there's other reasons to vote than your wallet. See, I weighed taxes, mass murder. I thought, you know what? I can pay an extra nickel on gas a gallon, just knowing little brown kids aren't being clubbed to death like baby seals, so Pepsi can put a plant in Nicaragua. Yeah.
Dennis Leary owes much of his persona and material to the now deceased Hicks. But what Hicks had that Leary lacked, and still does, is a pair of gigantic brass balls.
Actually, folks, I don't know if any of y'all have seen this. There's a tape kind of bootleg going around of showing film of the Bradley tanks not knocking, as the official story was, small holes to insert tear gas, but crashing the building off of its fucking foundation and fire shooting out of the tanks. The FBI and the ATF are liars and murderers, and Janet Reno and President Clinton either A, knowingly passed on a lie, or B, are so out of touch with their own fucking arms of their government that they're incompetent and Clinton should be impeached immediately. case fucking closed. And y'all have probably seen the footage, but it's sort of different than the official story, isn't it? Small holes, tear gas, giant holes, flamethrowers. They burn these people in their homes. Okay, that's our government. Okay.
And that about does it for this edition of It's the End of the World as We Know It and I Feel Fine. To make suggestions for the Where the Fuck Have I Been segment and for links to Bill Hicks bootlegs, visit stimulator.tv. Sweet dreams, America.
Remember, kids, you can podcast high-quality video of this show at submedia.tv.
Go back to bed, America. Your government has figured out how it all transpired. Go back to bed, America. Your government is in control again. Here's American Gladiators. Watch this. Shut up.